Happy Sunday, TikTok. Hope everybody's doing well. We are actually in El Paso, broken down, so it's been an adventurous week. First being scammed from Pennsylvania to California, now stuck here in El Paso. But anyhow, hope everybody's doing well. Wanted to hop on here and just reply to some of the comments that people had left concerning that last post that my husband did about us being scammed. So just to kind of tell you, I'm the one that booked the load. I found the load on Dashboard. I immediately checked the MC number with my factoring company, and it came back that they were factorable. And matter of fact, we had already booked 2 loads with this broker before, so there was really no reason for any concern, you know. So once that came back, we negotiated a rate and was just waiting on the rate confirmation. It was already about 5 minutes that had passed. We hadn't received a rate con yet, and so I called their dispatch, and I'm going to say I'm asking for Adam because this is who I'm, emailing back and forth with, and they told me Adam had stepped out, but he would send the rate confirmation once he got back in. So we received the rate confirmation, I don't know, about like 2 or 3 minutes later. So we left. We went to the shipper, picked up this load, and, started heading out. Well, it was Thursday, and the broker had emailed asking us, our ETA, because they really wanted to get the load unloaded. But, I had told him we were, running late because of the weather and stuff and traffic, so we wouldn't be there till like 11:30. So he was like, okay, fine. I will send you an address for a new warehouse Friday morning. Just, email me when you get into California. So when we got in, I sent him an email. He hadn't responded. So I called dispatch because we didn't want to drive further in because, it's hard to find parking out there. So, gentleman answers, and I ask for Adam, and he says that, Adam's not working, that, he was the after hours dispatch. So I tell him, we're just needing that address. So he asks for the load number, and come to find out that, he informed me like, this isn't their load. So, we go back and forth, exchanging information, and yeah, it's not their load. It is their MC number, but it's not their load. So I send him the, the rate confirmation, the BOL, and he was like, yeah, it says this is not ours. So, their MC number got hacked. And so we, looking at the paperwork, and he's just like, you know what, you just need to stop all communication with him, and you need to reach out to this, the shipper, and reach out to the billing party. It was already late, so I waited till the next morning. So, come early Friday morning, I call the shipper and inform them what's going on, and they're just like, okay, well, yeah, this load is supposed to go to West Virginia, not California. And I was like, okay, well, we booked this load, and this is what it said, and so they give me the information to the broker who is actually in charge of this load. So I reach out to them, and yeah, they were like, their system actually got hacked, and that's, I guess, how they came across this load. So we inform them like, okay, well, now what's going to happen? Because, we're here with this load in California, and, they're wanting us to deliver to this warehouse, and they're like, well, no, this is a stolen load. They informed us that they had already reached out to authority, California authority, but they were also reaching out to the federal agents because we had crossed multiple state lines with a stolen load. So with everybody saying, we should have, held this load hostage, to demand payment, that was not even an option because, yeah, it's a stolen load. So I'm grateful that I caught it, that we didn't deliver it, because who knows what would have happened if we delivered this load. So while I'm, in the communicating with the real broker and the shipper, these scammers, send us an address, and of course I give it to the broker, and so they had alerted authorities for what's going on with there. But this broker, this crazy broker, the scammer, I mean, he is like non-stop calling us, telling us that they need this load delivered. And I finally informed him, like, look, you are not who you say you are, so we know what you're up to. And they admitted to like double brokering this load, and they were going to pay us, and we're like, dude, we're not delivering this load because it's stolen, you know, so stop calling us. So, you know, we blocked the phone numbers, and just been communicating back and forth with the shipper and the broker. They got us an address to a warehouse to deliver it to. And so that's kind of where we're at. Been in communication with them. They are, you know, saying that they are going to try to get us compensated, a fair compensation. I don't know what that is, but we have sought out, you know, legal advice as well. But after speaking to attorneys and stuff, yes, we did have to deliver that load to where it needed to be delivered. We could not hold it hostage because, one, they could have reported us to Freight Guard, and two, our MC number could have been reported to the Department of Transportation for double brokering as well. So yeah, holding it was not an option. Just going back and reading some of the comments, you know, call the shipper, or, you know, if they didn't want to pay us to sell the load, yeah, we're not going to sell that load, because like I said, it was a stolen load and they had federal agents involved in it. No, we couldn't put it into storage. A lot of people said, why didn't we just put it into storage and just sell it one by one? Because it was a load of tobacco, like cigarettes, cigars, rolling paper, all of that. And they were just telling us, oh, you could just sell it to convenience stores. I'm not doing that, you know. You know what's so frustrating is that I did my due diligence. So I don't know how I could have done it any better, but I do know now it's what caught it was the email address was off by one letter, and that's how they got us. But like I said at the beginning, it was no reason for alarm, because we had, you know, booked like 2 loads with this broker before. But now moving forward, I think I'm going to be a little bit more cautious on when it's new brokers. I'm going to actually call their number and just confirm, give them that load number, and make sure that it is their load number. Make sure that that this individual that, you know, is sending us this rate confirmation, that they are in fact an employee of, you know, that broker as well. But I mean, hey, if you guys have any recommendations on what you guys do to try to prevent things like this, please share with us, because, you know, we're all out here just trying to survive. But that's about it. Hope you guys have a blessed weekend, and yeah, just, you know, share with us what you guys do, so we can all, you know, try to stay safe out here and try to make some money and not get scammed, because they are getting very sophisticated out here. Y'all stay blessed and stay safe.